For the sound, for the sound. Lift up that soul and
baby girl. Ding 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 ding, you're done forever. Good morning, my people. How are you doing today? Rero Random Cat Talk Thursday, Random Cat Talk Thursday, and eranga bulijjo twogera ku bintu ebiri random. Tulete ekibuuzo, tuleta bibuuzo, leta ekibuuzi. SPK Driving School alabiseeko olunaku olwaleero. Good morning, Muyombya Mark Lawrence Omule, Zas David Clarge, Walabi VIP, Mikel UG Sechitoreko Norman, Paul Sema, Benjamin Senfuma, Kasule Ramadan, and SPK Driving School. How are you? Little Random Cat Talk Thursday. Yesterday, I had an experience that I wanted to share today. I hinted on it on TikTok for the people that saw some of my videos. Today I've just realized that teri muntu ajjanga ali determined kufanga muntu avuga double cabin kati dengeroli bo bave wabwe nga bagamba oba nfanfe aba double cabin aba boda n'aba tukutuku mulabi ave uwe laba aba double cabin bave wabwe nga bagamba ka oba nfanfe kasita nvuga moroka nene okitegeera. So anyway guys, yesterday when I was running there, in the field where I run, like on random days, there are people that come to do football. And these guys, when they're doing football, normally I can start running before they come, or I start running after they have come already. And as I run, sometimes one of them or two of them will join me on the run. And sometimes when these guys join me on the run, one of them or two of them would want to go ahead of me. Yeah. But when they join me, normally they'll join me when I've already like done 2 kilometers or I've done 3 kilometers, and they join me. And normally they leave. They stop running when I'm still going, because if I don't do 5K, I don't stop. But normally when they start and they go ahead of me, yeah, I stop. I don't chase them. I don't try to go faster than I'm going. Why? Because when I'm running, every time I do a kilometer, my phone will tell me that you have finished a kilometer. It has taken you this much time. and on average you're doing a kilometer in this time. So I know whether I'm in the normal or I'm going slow or I'm going faster. And majority of the time I'm okay. Majority of the time I'm either normal or even faster. And so when someone overtakes me, I don't feel the need to go as fast as them or to go ahead of them. Yeah. And so I leave it. Why? Because sometimes I already know this person has come when I'm already running. So he has more energy than me. Or sometimes I already know that this person has no target. I'm trying to run 5K, but this person is probably just trying to show that he can run faster than me. Or maybe he's just running faster than me, but he's not going to do 5K. It's very rare to find someone that can run 5K with me. I think he does the 5K because he doesn't want to give up. But normally he's giving up at like the second kilometer there. And then I tell him, you cannot do halfway. You came to run with me, so you have to do the 5K. And by like the third kilometer, he has removed his shoes. So I know that it's very hard for me to find someone that can do 5K with me. So I don't try to chase them or to go and catch up with them. Joshua Eden Farm or Musenyo, but good morning. Louis, good morning. So when people come and run and they go ahead of me, I normally don't try to find them. I don't try to catch up with them. I don't try to go faster than them. I know they're going to give up before I give up. And that's normally the case. No way good. I think it started when I had just done like 2 kilometers, but he did 1 kilometer and then gave up. You get? So I'm always right on that note. But this particular person that ran with me yesterday, he was behind me. He never at any one time attempted to go ahead of me. So when I went faster, he went faster. When I went slower, he went slower. But sometimes he motivated me to go faster when I felt him catching up with me. And then I realized that the kilometers that he was running with me, the 2 kilometers, I was actually faster. I did them faster. Like if you looked at the pictures I shared yesterday, I think it's kilometer 2 and kilometer 3, over kilometer 3 and kilometer 4. When he joined, yeah, I was actually faster than the other kilometers before he joined and after he left. You get it? And then I was there thinking about it, and I thought to myself that maybe we are not actually motivated by the people that do better than us. Okay, particularly me. And there are people that are like me. Maybe we are motivated that by people that are doing worse than us. We are motivated by people that have worse lives than us. We are motivated by people that drive worse cars than us. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Like me. You see that Noah? It might be a better car, much more comfort, more space than my car. But I don't think that I'm working hard to buy another car to beat the person that has the Noah. No. Majority of the time, I'm trying to not go back where I came back from. So when I look at someone that's driving an older car than mine, someone that is driving a car that is in worse condition than mine, I don't want to go back there. When he buys a better car, I feel the motivation to actually buy a better car. I don't know if you guys get my point. So just the way I ran faster because I had someone that was almost catching up with me. I ran faster because someone was catching up with me. Cleo Karunji, hi. Ronald Mucho, hi. Mugambe Nasif, hi. Farmers Fowls, hi. Brigitte Kakai, hi. How are you? Louis. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. I find that when I was running with someone behind me, almost catching up with me, I was faster than when I have people ahead of me. When people are ahead of me, I actually lose a bit of energy. I lose it. Good morning, Waboye Nelson. I lose a bit of motivation. I'm actually a little bit slower. Sometimes I just don't want to catch up with them, because if I catch up with them, then it will seem like I'm chasing them. I don't want to seem like I'm chasing them. But this is totally me. This might not be you. This is totally me. This is how I realize I work. And then I went and dug up a bit of theory. I wanted to see, is there anyone that studied my theory, to figure out, okay, to probably conclude that it's actually a thing. So I found a number of theories, but 2 theories stood out for me. There is one theory that is called the competition motivation theory. It was studied a long time ago. And then there is another one that is called the drive motivation theory. There are two theories. The drive motivation theory, the theorists I even known, there are two. One studied it and then another one went on and studied it a little more. And these theories speak exactly to what I saw when I was running yesterday. The competition motivation theory, it stresses that we work harder when we see people that are trying to catch up with us. I have notes, but they are on another person's phone. So I'm going to go through the notes briefly. But you see, the competition motivation theory concludes that people try to get better when there are people that are trying to catch up with them, or when there are people that are trying to overtake them. People don't necessarily get better. You see, there is this thing that people constantly have said, that get out of your comfort zone. And when people say get out of your comfort zone, it almost feels like getting out of your comfort zone is looking at people that are doing better than you, and then you try to catch up with them, or you try to do better than them. You get it? But get out of your comfort zone is actually sometimes knowing that, oh, there are people out there. Like, getting out of your comfort zone might actually mean you knowing that if you get comfortable, people will go ahead of you. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. If you get comfortable, sorry, network is JCow. Getting out of your comfort zone, guys, can sometimes mean that if you get comfortable, someone that was doing worse than you will start doing better than you. It doesn't mean that beat down the person that is trying to do better than you. Don't beat them down, but work a little harder to make sure that they don't do better than you. And it's, when we talk about it, it seems like it's a negative thing, but it's actually a positive thing. It's a positive thing. I think it's something that I've gone by. And sometimes you don't even have to see those people chasing you. You don't even have to see people trying to do better than you. Just knowing that there is someone that is doing worse than you, that is trying to do better than you, is enough motivation to get you out of your comfort zone, for you to do better. I think, like, subconsciously, I've always been following this thing. I've never tried to do better than someone that is doing better than me. Why have I not tried to do that? Why am I not even trying? Sometimes people do better than you. There are things, there are consequences, there are opportunities that these people have that you will not have, even if you want. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Waliwo ebintu ebimu nga abantu abo bagenda kuba bo babirina, naye nga gwe ne bw'onookola otya togenda kubifuna. There are those opportunities. What is happening here? Waliwo asala oba kajja mu kaveeni nkyuke ate erinda bawatambula. Omanyi wano e Kampala wano oyinza okwefuula muganda wa Yesu. Wefuula muganda wa Yesu naye nga it's just let me see. Okay, I'm just thinking. Katsigari. Anyway, so sometimes people are doing better than you because they were meant to do better than you. And it's not a negative thing that people were meant to do better than you. Some people were meant to do better than you. Let me give you an example. Right now, I don't know how old, I don't know how old the first son and CDF General Muhoozi is. But do you know that General Muhoozi, by default of being born as the son of the president of Uganda, whenever he was born, I don't know when he was born, but by default of being born as the son of the president of Uganda when he was born, by that default, he was meant to do better than a lot of people, than probably 98% or 99% of the population that was born at the same time. Samuel, this is Kampala, my brother. When you want to be like Jesus's brother, yeah, you can never move. Sometimes you have to do what other people are doing for you to move forward. So you see the example I'm giving you. By default of being born the son of the president, he was made to do better than others, regardless of what he does, regardless. Kat Samuel Esako jirabe dawa kabini ya government nina yechikoze okitegeera, and it doesn't mean that what they're doing is right, but you see when you do what is right, osigala emabega jamu nakwata. So until the system is actually fixed, nebagamba nti teri kuyisiza side abayisiza side eno, but you see ebiseera ebimu we have been in a line ng'oli mu line entuufu abaye ne bayita eno ebbali afande enyini n'abaleka ne bayitawo ne bagenda. So sometimes it really doesn't make sense for you to try to uphold the law when everyone else is breaking it. Okitegeera, right? Oyinza okusigala eri emabega n'otatambula n'otatuuka na gy'olaga. That's why I think people have been telling us, at least the people that are cautious, we need to try to fix the system together. But there are people that are actually paid to fix the system. There are people that are paid to fix these things. Senga abantu abadde tebakola layini zino, layini eyemu yali badde etambula. Kimusota nkirabye. I don't know if you get Samuel S. Zake. If it were one line from the beginning, nga layini zino endala tezibikola. Line eyemu yali badde emala okutambula ntambula bulungi nnyo, but because these other lines, and you can see maybe nayo wayo line endala, and that's a solid line. Wow. The system needs to be fixed, definitely. The system needs to be fixed, but there are people that are paid to fix this system. Abayino keera wano bakwate emmotoka ezigira line eno naye bwe batazikwata kati do you know how many cars we have skipped just by joining this other line? We have skipped about 30 cars. I was behind 30 cars. And those 30 cars are going to stay. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. They are going to stay. Good morning, Starch. Bad news. Yesterday, one of our Ugandan bro died. Abruptly, he had just got retirement 2 months ago. Ngachibi. Chechi, yafude chibami. Heart attack, chichi. Good morning, Cancer Patrick Asiko. Musota zozi wazirayuka bulungi naye nga bakifuuwa mwera. Bakifuuwa mu kirabye. You extends abantu bagifuuwangamu. Kati emmotoka eyo giraba ogisanga ne S akola, which seems like the S still works. Sanga ne S akola ojja kisanga mu milioni nga 9-8. Oleso oli ayingire nze kyekikulemesa nyingire. So you see exactly how we are driving. Bw'obala obulungi ng'oyingira layini ng'odda ku mulamwa bw'obala obe. So until kati olaba exactly what is happening, the taxi drivers, the double cabin drivers are allowed to actually do that kind of driving. Sometimes the truck drivers abalole tebateneebu n'obutruck obutono bu LF bo babikolanga. So until that is fixed, generally it's going to be the rule of thumb. I actually find that the police has to start with fixing borders. We were soka. When the police fixes borders, it fixes taxis. It will be very hard for anyone else to break the law, because you realize if you saw the small cars, they're not ready to the line. So, but me, I find that it's very easy for the police to fix these things. They have to start handling borders. 1, they handle taxis. 2, once those two classes of people are sorted, everyone else will follow suit. Because for us, the small car people, you can imagine abantu betulese mu line bo bakyaliyo fe tutambudde ate ngeno wakalu kati bo babadde. And I'm not saying what we did was right, but that's what has to be done for you to move. Kubanga eno wakalu naye eri wakutte ate wakutte because of those people that create the extra line. So the thing is, are you going to create the extra line and move, or you're going to stay there and pretend like you went to school? and have a master's degree in law and order. Karota Uganda, good morning. Michael Kasozi, good morning. So today ku issue ya fi. Sometimes you gotta chase it. And it's what you want. This moment is a candle melting. This moment is a flower wilting. This moment is a black melting. The kid in my teeth. This moment won't last in the fear of our last past. This thing you call the person is already past. Many, many, many more, many, many, many more. Many more, many more, many more. Let's touch. Many more, many stacks, many stacks. And I'm on you, Halle. Many, many, many more. Network at 8 to 100. Sometimes you gotta chase it. And it's what you need. Limboro kanduddemu katono katono kasita muli bwalo. Luyimbo when I sang it with Bella, I was thinking about a friend of mine, Mogera Konyo, my best friend from high school. He was called Kato, and he was a kind of freestyler. So he was a freestyler. He lived his life like there was no tomorrow. He would make 100,000 today and eat it all today. That's how he lived. I actually think if he had a lot of possessions, like he would go to visit friends, and that's where he would get clothes for the next day. He would get shoes for the next day there too. So he would always be dressed up very well. It reached a time when bakwano babali bamufako ng'atwekweka. Yatuuka n'alya amayirungi, his teeth became green. It was that bad. Okitegeera. And okufa yafa ttalo. It was said that he went with people to work at a site, abaportae, and then they stole iron bars in Itayimbwa. That I cannot confirm. That omuyindi n'abaroga, they were 10. One of them had died earlier. Ono ye yali ow'omwenda nti baali bafa mu layini kubabba emitayimbwa. That was theory number 1 of his death. Theory number 2 was engeri gye yali nti abeera mu bakyalibe teyalina wuwe. He was living with a friend of his, and his friend had a girlfriend. Ne yeebaka ne girlfriend wa kyaliwe. Kyaliwe n'amukuba ettalo. Everyone thinks that was the right theory because ettalo lyalinnya paka ku boros ne zaabika. So we yayita nafa boros zaayabika. Ate era he also, before he died, he also was telling people, mugende mugambe gundi ansonyiwe, mugende mugambe gundi ansonyiwe. Yeah, but that was like 2016, and we did this song, I think 2013. So this song, every verse that I had in this song, but if you're able to listen to the words in that song that I did in my verses, everything nakora verses ungandoza kukato. When you play and you never take it on serious, cause I think you want a genius. And by the way, Kato yali genius. Guy yali mugezi. He never went for prep. Nga buli tuba tugenze mu prep abagenze kulaba blue movie mu katawuni. Nga ne mu class olumu tabeeramu, but he was always number 2, number 3. Nga tumaze okukola ebibuuzo. Nga bwe tudda in performing arts, dude was super talented. He was super talented. Mumupira, nga asamba omupira, nga bekuba kutetenkanya, atetenkanya. But can't get them, you'll get my point. When you play the chance, you can lose it alright. When you play, when you never take it all serious, cause you are thinking I'm a genius. Stop, do it always hot now, but you know the sign how this is gonna go down. So don't wait, no waste. Take it for granted. Even if you don't understand it, nothing simple. Just take it while you figure it out. Isn't you know the life goes? You gotta step into the sometimes you gotta chase it. Listen to the next verse, eh? You got time. Makafana nyinga genze mule apolo akachinga kambi agenda. You can write me whole time and fight for remind me. Never know what makes you mighty. Hold out the right hand now. And by the way, guys, shortly after that song, the girlfriend left him. Actually, even when she left him, she went and got married, but he continued eating when she was married. He would go and eat, but because he did not care, he would go to the girl's house. Midday, I think the girl's boyfriend yaringa akola safari, so he would go there and be there for days on end. But olokuba yagenda ngata midday ngolumu azukuka sesema buli wamu okitegeera. I think the girl eventually yaddayo n'alyanga. He would go and eat. That's the one thing I know. I knew this from the girl later on when she called me nagezaako nenga guy tafayo ajata midde ajja kubidwa, man. But the guy was a genius. So guys, you're back. Guys, almost your reservation. This moment is a candle melting. It's another one. This moment is a flower wilting. If I know what to eat tonight. This moment is a planet tilting. That kid in my heat. This moment won't last. It'll be a never last past. This thing you call the person is a many past. Many money more. Money more. Okay, man. Money more. Money more. Let's touch. Money more. Penny stacks. Money. And I'm on you, honey. Money. Yeah. Guys, tuli kasubi wano. Antonio Random Things Presido obula nnyo. Senyonda Ronald, Travel Life Vlog, Ntale Samuel. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Kali, today ku theories afi. I said the broadcast, today's broadcast is about how you could actually be motivated by people that are not doing better than you, people that are doing worse than you, people that have bad cars, worse cars than you. They could motivate you to get better cars. Why? Knowing that people are chasing you is actually a good thing. Nabagambie, there's a theory called the competition motivation theory. It emphasizes that human performance often improves significantly when individuals are faced with direct competition, especially competition perceived as closely matched or slightly challenging. By slightly challenging to omuntu agezaako kukuba, okitegeere, takuba takuyitako naye ajja ajirira. And of course the key elements include the peer rivalry. Humans naturally measure their abilities relative to peers. When competition are very close in skill or greater effort, yeah, individuals tend to exert, I mean, when competition are very close in skill or capability, individuals like you and me, we exert greater effort. We don't want to lose. We want to remain ahead. You get, eh? We want to remain ahead. That's peer rivalry. When you're competing with people that are almost winning, or people that are close to you, or people that are at the same level with you, you will want to stay ahead, which means you'll put in much work. Naye abataxi babo bagenze babiri, owa prima agoberedde n'abataxi abalala babo bagoberedde. Nga ekitala kya red, I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Babo bagenda sigala bakyagenda. Naye nga ekitala kyakutte dda red. You get it? So until the taxi guys aba boda babo ebitala biri red, ono agenda yita wadde ekitala kiri red. Agenda mpola paka bwatyo. The proximity of competition. Murag K Momo VIP, good morning. Tari Samuel Chikawariki. Nicholas Sebulime, good morning. People often show greater motivation when competition is immediate and tangible. Ngatogoba yakuyitako nnyo. Okitegeera. Having someone that is following you but not ahead, yeah, creates pressure psychologically to sustain and enhance performance, as the runner behind or the person following you is the immediate competition. When you stop trying to chase the people that are ahead of you and focus on the people that are chasing you, you actually get better. And don't focus on, normally when people look at the people trying to get them, they try then to beat them down. Don't try to beat them, work hard so that they cannot catch up with you. For me, that's what I do. And then there's optimal challenge. Yeah. Competition that is slightly behind or evenly matched is optimal because they will create for you a realistic, unattainable challenge. You can try to setting goals. We set smart objectives, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time bound. Which take it, right? So if you feel sometimes when you're working and you feel like you have been left too far behind by the people you're competing with, you can lose energy. Which take it. Like for example, for me when I was running yesterday, the runner behind me presented a near tangible threat to my current position when I was running. And then this immediate competition activated a powerful drive, which prompted me to run faster than usual. So if you looked at my timeline for running yesterday, after this guy left, seconds kilometer. So the competition motivation theory tells us that we work harder when people that are competing with us are at the same level with us or even better than us. The thing with most Ugandans, because I'm a Ugandan and I've seen most Ugandans, the thing with Ugandans, Kastazura and someone is competing with them, they want to beat you down, which is a bad thing. Don't beat them down. Work harder, they will work harder, you will work harder, they will work harder, you will work harder. In the end, both of you will actually be doing better. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So don't try to beat down someone that is trying to compete with you. Work at continuing to be better than them. I think that's what I've always been following. So omuntu kasitampitako nga mwesonyiwa ayina ensonga lwaki akuyiseeko. Like for example in this country bwe tuba twagala oba tetwagala, we know that some tribes are doing better than others by virtue of being that tribe. So ne bwe munaabeera nga mwasoma course y'emu, ne bwe munaabeera nga you have the same level of skill, yeah, ne bwe munaabeera nga you have the same level of skill, by virtue of one of you being from a certain tribe, they will do better than the other. Ekyo ne Kenya gyekiri, ne Tanzania gyekiri. Okitegeera? And even in America, it's not tribe, it's color. There are people that are doing better than others by virtue of them being of a certain color. Ekyo oba oyagala oba toyagala kijja kubaawo. So if you compete with someone, yeah, ahead of you by virtue of being who they are, by virtue of being related to the people they are related to, ojja kutomera. Just compete with people that are in close proximity, and it's also better for you. It's also good for you to figure out if your competition for you. If the ground is not leveled for you, still ojja kutomera. Ochitegera. Chris Fitness Church leo. Oriema Marvin, good morning. Msime Kim Job, good morning. August, we are in for the Love of Cars Festival. Convention, yes Marvin, thank you for telling them. Ontegede, motivation competition theory. Mule kati ndi philosopher. Abamu kumwe mutya. Guy. Chris Fitness asoma nnyo na yendoza na yati demu moniyo ka theory kako. Sometimes bo bali mu kintu kituufu naye we all keep pushing. Exactly, Julius. You don't stop pushing, kati you compete with people who are on the same fighting level with you. Don't compete with people you will never win. Example je naba wadde. Like by virtue of being born the son of the president, eh? Jeno Muhozi was ahead of the rest. Oba twagala oba tetwagala. So when you try to compete with him, ogenda kuba weekuba essasi mu kigere. Okitegeera? Kabeere muwala we. By virtue of being born a daughter of the president, muwala wa president abeera ahead of so many women. Oba baagala oba tebaagala. They are friends that those people make by virtue of being in their position. By twasomanga ku masomero nga abaana ba HM fa basomera mu UPE nga omwana wa HM abeera wanjawulo mu emmere yajinona mu staff from eyebijanjala ebisiikeko olumu n'akawunga kaabwe kaba kazzeeko. Aba mwana wa HM oba oyagala oba toyagala, they are going to get that. No, let's go back. We have people that work in the corporate world by virtue of working in your organization nga you have health insurance wadde mugikaaba. I know people that have never paid for hospital, and I know people that had a lot of babies simply because they never paid for hospital. Nazaala abaana nga tamanyi pressure ya sente za ddwaliro. Abaana abalaba nti bamenya nga amaze kubazaala kati olwo atandise okusasula fees. Mu kutandika okusasula fees awo amanyira nti abaana babbeeyi. Naye nga wali mu kubazaala ka pressure tekaaliwo yadde because sente z'okubazaala n'okubajjanjaba baali tebazeetaaga, they had medical insurance. Kati gwe bw'otandika okwegoba n'oli azaala ng'alina medical insurance gwe tomanyi wa gy'ali, olumu naye gy'alaga tamanyi bizibu. Okitegeera, eh? Naye when you start paying for when mutandika osasula school fees, that's when this person is also going to discover that byali bizibu bwe biti. Let's embrace the idea of healthy competition in any profession. Exactly. No, but you guys have to understand that there is nothing like healthy competition everywhere. Healthy competition only exists with people where your playing ground is leveled. The moment the ground is not leveled, it's not healthy competition. Kati kuba mwakafaananyi musamba omupiira nga mwenna mulina okuteeba, naye nga gwe goolo gy'olina okuteebamu eri kasozi. Tuli wano akasozi ke Namirembe kali eri side, nga gwe goolo ya competition yo eri muki mu kasozi ke Namirembe. That's not healthy competition. The ground has to be leveled. But I grand you Arthur on the Sunday, and I have gone for prayers. Yeah. And I kati yo grand ogirabe eri ku UN nkadde. Niyo yagizanga bagitula million mwenda oba 10. Eyo gyolaba. Mwenda oba 10. Hi DC, how are you? How is America? nodda mu line n'olowooza eneetambula ne ayayayayaya gulandi ogiraba akakka kookalabye kakute ne ku bampa naye kati esobola ofuwa akakka emyaka 3 nga terina kyebaddeeyo gy'olaba kyekirungi kya beams kati kaweddeyo esobola ofuwa akakka emyaka 3 nga terina kyebadde ng'etambula era bulungi n'egenda buli wamu. So we have explored one theory, the motivation competition theory. There is another theory. It's called the drive theory of motivation. It's called it was created originally by this psychologist called Clark Hall in the 1940s, and then later on it was refined by some other dude to make it better. That's what they call refinement. Katukiride one. Tuleme kumalayo eri kuba n'eri bwe tunamalayo naye walina ebizibu byayo. Eri walina ebizibu byayo. Katukiride one. But this is faster than boys. Definitely faster. Definitely faster than boys. Boys. So this guy, Oyogai Tahal, for him he said that performance is often a product of internal state of arousal triggered by external stimuli and competitive situations. What does it mean? That your motivation, your performance comes from something that comes from within, but it's triggered by external things. Already you want to do something, but for you to perform better, there needs to be something that hits you. And then you start working hard, or you're hard. Oriye competition motivation theory yagambi, as long as there's someone that is close nearby nga mugenda mu direction yemu nga gaya akulima begobanga muri ku level yemu tojja kwagala akuleke. By virtue of that being there ogenda kwongera mu ku speed, ojja kwongera mu kumanyi mu byokola. Okitegera kati bono oyogera mu amanyi mu byokola wesange nga you're going ahead of yourself. Ye competition motivation theory agamba abakuli maaso baleke balina ensonga lwaki bakuli maaso gwe tunulira bano be muri ku level yemu n'abakuli emabega, because you don't want to fall behind, you'll work harder. In the drive motivation theory eya Hale gamba nti what is going to happen is that you want to perform, but the level of performance eva munda but echewe bwe lukyekyo chigamba gweno gundi bwotazuuki okitegeera. Kati I'm thinking the whole drive motivation theory yevaako okutukuba emiggo mu ssomero nti omusomesa agane ono butamukuba emiggo ekyokukola akimanyi naye tulina omukubamuko ku miggo obwongo buzuukuke bumanye ekyokukola. So tukuba emiggo. I find that ono abantu bano abatwala bannaabwe mu basement, I think bakozesa the whole motivation, the drive motivation theory ya Hal okitegeera. So but we're going to explore it a little more tutegeere. But can I make it a project car or second car? Yes, you can. Tewali kigaana as your second car. So guys, you get what we are talking about? We are talking about motivation, performance, competition. Me, I'm a healthy competition person. We can even be doing the same. Kasita onkanga kanga bunkanga kanga ngakuleka mu business yo ngenda mundala ngatera nayo nkusingira yo. Because the moment otandika kanga competition ekitegeeza tomusobola. Okitegeera. Kale tugende ku Hal agamba the one mulimu elements ezenjawulo, arousal and performance. Hal agamba that your performance improves proportionally as arousal increases. Arousal mukimanyi mu bintu birala nnyo biri section naye kati wantwogera ku performance up to optimal performance, optimal point, I mean past the peak. When you have too much arousal, it hinders performance, causing anxiety and panic. Mukijjukira mu bwetwalinga mu ssomero nga the teachers can punish you a little bit and then you get motivated to do work, but when they overbeat you otuuka n'obivaako n'ogamba oba munkuba oba munzita munzite sikyo. So Hal agamba nti there is an arousal and performance relationship. Someone can arouse you to do something, but if they over arouse you We are not talking about sexual things here. If they over arouse you, then the performance will go down. There is a peak point of arousal. Nemoroka zino muziraba. Ojiri nnyo omugere. Bw'otunda mu revu wane wali 1000 times 1000 RL stroke minute. Bw'otuuka mu red emoroka esobola okwesala n'evaayo n'egumira. That's what they call peak arousal. Depending on how healthy your engine is. Okitegeera, depending on how healthy your engine is. Kati, you just have to arouse that person or arouse yourself up to the peak point and then stop. Because after that peak point, you're not going to perform optimally. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Otegede hal chagamba. Nti arousal kye kino ekiri ebweru emigo gye bakubanga mu primary n'osobola okusoma. But mujjukira abaana be bakubanga ennyo. Babakubanga nnyo n'atuuka n'abivaako n'ebyokusoma n'abyesonyo n'agamba waayi enfa ki n'ensi. Ndaba era bagenda kunkuba. N'abivaamu. And some of those boys and girls who were overbeaten, be bataamalako ssomero. Tebaasoma kumalako. Tulina guy baali bamuyita Sally Mike. Ennyononyi nange mu P7 kubanga P7 na dojinga. Era some people, actually I think this is the thing with math teachers. Math teachers beat kids and the kids give up on math. Nze kimu ku bintu ebyannebesa math kunkuba. Oli akuba ng'ate bw'akujjukiza nti oli musiru math tojja mmusobola. Nawe math n'omuvaako. Okitegeera. But I think naye saali sobodde math era. Ndowooza olaba peak arousal baagiyitako. Okitegeera. Nti twatuuka because being beaten up physically and emotionally. Ne tutuuka math ne tumuvaako and we resign. Tumanya nze math, nze ne math tetujja kukwatagana. Nze ne sciences tetujja kukwatagana. Abasomesa aba sciences babeeranga mu kkuba bukubi baana. Okitegeera. Babakuba n'emigo ne mane babakuba with psychologically nga babavuma. Naye gwe oli kisiru. Kana akanamba kakulema katya. Yes, nadibanga ndi kisiru, but if you motivate me a little bit, n'otayitawo nnyo, okitegeera. I think that's people that have understood these theories end up motivating people enough and then they work. I find that there are some teachers that are actually meant to teach this way. Nga watandika kusomesa abantu. Ate abasomesa bulungi nnyo ne bayiga. So we are talking about those we have talked about the competition motivation theory. Katugenda kumaliriza nga twogera ku the drive motivation theory. Bamwita Hall. That's the last name. It's easier for me to say Hall. So I had to go and read about it because I thought it was a thing when I was running. And then I realized that Nzenga Arthur, I do better when I don't focus on people that are doing better than me. I found that as I was growing up, I found that people that are doing better than us are often not doing better than us because they are better than us at working or performance. People are doing better than us sometimes because of external factors. There are people that seem to be very good business people, but only because they have enough capital to be motivated or to put up the right performance. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I saw the audited books of accounts as a safe border. And it so happens that safe border by a billion, I think over 30 billion. I took a screenshot, I'll share it. Well, safe border is not doing very well. Their curve is like stagnant for the past like 2 years, up to 2024, of course. And then, of course, we have to wait for 2025. They are not really performing very well. It is thought that Safe Border is trying to go public to get shares in Safe Border. Yeah. So there is also the bit of when you over stimulate yourself, over arouse yourself, you end up confusing yourself. Or two can over confuse gatomanyi chiddako. Okitegeera. So you just have to get to the peak point. Kate ye to recall the drive theory of motivation. Eya Clark Hall. Okitegeera. The other element, erimu tugambe arousal, the other element is external stimuli over incentives okuwaya abantu akantu. This is something that I find that we use as business owners, that environmental conditions or social situations can trigger increased arousal, like Bagambi direct competition, observers, or challenges from peers. The immediate presence of competition peer acts as external stimulus, increasing arousal. But now, any competition motivation theory, any one element the drive theory of motivation, and then there's also motivation drive. The drive arises from the desire to avoid failure or negative outcomes, being overtaken or achieving positive outcomes, maintaining a lead. This creates a state of increased energy, focus, and psychological preparedness, translating directly into improved performance. I think most of you guys are actually here. Temwagala kusemba nacho. Temwagala kufiirwa. Abantu bangi lwakuba ate bw'oyagala obutafiirwa oba obutasemba ebiseera ebisinga oyinza okumaliriza ng'ofiiriddwa. You overdo it, and when you overdo it you end up losing. Byonna byonna ne bigenda okitegeera. So these theories ziri bbiri. One of the theories is actually under one other theory. Morad K. Momo, motivate and evoke. Don't remind me of math in P7, the shopping bill topic. Yankubye kiboko. I think because I was always behind there quiet. Yeah, tebankuba nnyo. Obwo bunamba obutonotono bwangu ng'obwa P7 nabukolanga. Nze where those things came with that wanga into the shapes that had so many sides. Hexagon, pexagon, dexagon, hexagon. Naye munange abani abimanyi. Hexagon, dexagon. Anyway, I don't think there is healthy competition, Arthur, kubanga buli muntu asikaza uwe. But it can be healthy. Julius, what makes health competition unhealthy is when sikanga nzize nawe no sikango zeno. No jano nsamba. That's unhealthy. Oshegera, sikango zeno nange sikenga nzize tusigalenga buli omu asika busisi. Nebo jano nsamba, that becomes unhealthy competition. But when man sikanga nawe osika, that's healthy competition. I'm all for that. Chris Fitness agamba over positive arousal can also deter performance. Omuntu womwe birungi atuuka nga takyalina kyanoonya nnyo. Actually atuuka nga tebikyamulya. Like you can pay people very well mu business n'atuuka nga tibyomusasula alabanga entono. Okitegeera nga bunaabuwaani naye ng'ate bw'wali tonnabumuwa bw'wasooka omumuwa bwali bungi. Okitegeera, we had Mr. Okia from Soroti nga kampi naye nga kakuba kibooko in high school. Physics gave me a hard. And the only science subject I passed very well with the C3 was in biology, chemistry, P9, and physics F9. So afunako F9. Mukama wansasinde. Sifunanga ku F9 mu high school. Sifunanga ku F9. Kale mu buno bu test yo F9 nagifunanga. Ne mbibuuzo bino ebya final. Natetenkanyanga nabeera nenfiira ku namba. Nenfiirako. Safunako ku F9 mu UNEB. Byankubanga ime yankubiranga 7 awo 8 awo nga situuka mu 9. Physics nga yakuba nnyo muganda wange ensereko. Anyway guys, kamba sibule 1 hour eweze. Short teachers bali bakuba. Nefe twalina sembusi nga tusomesa maths. Sembusi yayita tukuba. Kale yakubanga naye nze teyankubako. Kubanga seetekanga mu position yakumbuuza bibuuzo. Zinabeeranga yeeno nga buli wabuuza abantu ebibuuzo mbeerawo nga nsinze. I think I was a bit likeable. Nali mu MDD. Kati yasomesa nga bw'aba tayagala abantu be MDD anayagala ani. Muyombya Mark Lawrence Omulizas David Klaje Warabi HVIP Michael UG Sechitoreko Norman Paul Sema Benjamin Senfuma Kasule Ramadan SPK Driving School Joshua Eden Farm Louis Breje Kakai Farmers Falls Mugambe Nasif Clio Karunji Ronald Muchwa Louis Kumaze Waboyi Nelson Samuel S Zach Hashim Starch Events Council Patrick Asiku Michael Kasozi Karota Uganda Henry Modern Juice Karim Mubiru J Keith Ngabirano Eric Angelo Joshua Eden Farm Senyondwa Ronald President Antonio Random Things Jones Info Ntale Samuel Chika Wariki Morad K Momo VIP, Nicholas Sevolime, Musime Kim Job, Oriama Marvin, Ronan M Kasendwa VIP, Julia Sengova, Magembe Frank, DC, Brian Alfred Wandera, and the guys are Mukamori. I don't take you for granted. The guys that are watching this broadcast later on in the day, later on in the evening, in the week, in the month, or in the year. Thank you very much for choosing to spend your time here up to the very end. Mbajuk is a 30th August. Tugenabera Kula Focus Convention. It's the day where we're going to have fun, learn a lot, and of course, get our magazines as well. Me and Chairman Zach. I never take you for granted, Chairman Wamakasta Yogera, guys. I wish you a very lovely day. May the good Lord bless you. Ciao.